Hello everyone and welcome to another What's for Dinner on WW. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what we had for dinner on WW this week, as well as showing you what the points are for me for these meals. As always, down in the description box, I will have links either to full recipe videos that I have previously done on any of these meals, and in those videos you will find the ingredients, the instructions, and links to my recipe builder where you can find out what the points for these meals are for you, or if it's a recipe I haven't previously done a video on, I will have all that same information typed down below in the description box as well. So be sure to check down in the description box for all the info you're going to need on these meals. But let's get started and see what we had for dinner this week. First up is spicy chicken and broccoli with rice. Now, if you omit the rice, this is super low carb. We are having it with rice though tonight, although sometimes I do have it without. This one starts with a large skillet, and to that you're gonna add a little bit of water. And then to that, you're gonna add in some chopped broccoli and some chopped up pepper. I'm using a red pepper this time. You're gonna just let that cook in there, covered, for a few minutes until both the broccoli and peppers have started to soften. At that point, you're going to add in some chopped up green onions and some minced garlic and ginger. You're gonna stir all that together for about a minute or so. And then while that is cooking, over here I've got some water. I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch to it, stir it all together, and then set that aside. Back over at my veggies, I'm going to add in some chopped, boneless, skinless, cooked chicken breast, some chicken broth, orange juice, and then some low-sodium soy sauce. Now I'm going to add in that cornstarch and water mixture. I'm going to stir all this together and let it continue to cook in here until that liquid starts to thicken a little bit. And then finally, I'm going to add in some chopped up mandarin oranges. I'm going to stir those in really well and let that continue to cook just a little bit. And then it is all done. And here is dinner. I have got a serving of that, which is a quarter of the total. And for me, that is just 2 points. So super low points. And like I said, if you had it alone, it would be very low carb too. And sometimes when I'm feeling like I'm wanting to cut back on my carbs, this is something I will definitely eat without the rice that we are having with it tonight here. That is just some brown rice that I made in my rice cooker. It is a half cup for 3 points. So that is gonna make my dinner total for tonight 5 points. Next up is Tater Tot Casserole with cauliflower rice. Now I do several different tater tot casseroles just because they are very kid friendly, family friendly. And this one is a little different with the cauliflower rice in it, but it's very good and it definitely passes the test with my kiddo. So I like to make this one quite a bit. This one starts with a large skillet and a pound of lean ground turkey. I am using 93% lean, 7% fat. And to that I'm gonna add some chopped onion and some fresh ground pepper. I'm gonna just cook all that together until the turkey is browned, and then I'm gonna add in some rice cauliflower. I'm adding in this bag of frozen that I just let defrost, and then I'm going to stir that in and let that cook in there until it gets heated. And then I'm gonna add in some minced garlic and let that cook for an additional minute or so. At this point, I'm gonna add in a can of green beans, a can of low-fat cream of chicken soup, and there I'm adding in some almond milk. I think the recipe says fat-free, either works. I'm also adding in some fat-free Greek yogurt. You could also use fat-free sour cream. I'm gonna mix all of that together until it is well combined. And then over here in a 13 by 9 inch casserole dish, I'm gonna spray it with a little cooking spray, and then I'm gonna pour in my mixture and then spread it out in the pan. Next, I'm gonna add my tater tots to the top, and I kind of just throw them on there randomly, trying to get them somewhat evenly dispersed on the top. And then after that, I'm gonna add some low-fat cheese. I'm using a 40% less fat cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle this on as evenly as I can, and then I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes or until it looks like this. And here is dinner tonight. I have a sixth of the total casserole there, which is a serving and is 9 points for me. Now that is a little high, and if you wanted to make these servings a little bit smaller, you could cut them into eighths and then it would be 7 points. But I love this stuff, so I usually cut mine into six for 9 points. Along with this, we're also having a side salad with a little bit of this Bolthouse Farms classic ranch dressing. That I'm just using a tablespoon of it, which is going to make it a point, and that's going to make my dinner total for tonight 10 points. That is a little high, especially for me, since I only get 16 points, but this is one of those meals that I will make room point-wise in my day for, just because I love it so much. Tater Tot Casserole is definitely a comfort food for me. And lastly, we tried out a new recipe this week, and that is for veggie lasagna with hearts of palm noodles. I was really interested in trying out the hearts of palm noodles as a pasta alternative, and I found this recipe to use them in. Now, I did a full video on this recipe, so I'm not going to be showing you how I made it in this one, but I will have links to that full recipe video up above and down below, where you can find all the info as far as ingredients, instructions, and recipe builder link as well. But I ended up really enjoying this lasagna with the hearts of palm pasta in it. And if you're looking for a pasta alternative that's low carb, those hearts of palm are pretty good. And I found those hearts of palm pasta noodles at Kroger on the pasta aisle with all the rest of the pasta. They also have them at Walmart though. So that's just a couple places to get them if you want to look for them for yourself. So this was dinner tonight. That is a serving of that veggie lasagna, which is an eighth of the total. And for me, it is just 5 points, which I thought it was definitely worth the 5 points. That was very satisfying, very good lasagna. Along with the lasagna, we also had a side salad with it. I wanted to get the rest of my lettuce used up because it was looking a little rough there. So I just put some avocado on top of the salad, which is 0 points for me, as well as some more of that Bolthouse Farms classic ranch dressing. And again, I just used about a tablespoon, which is a point. So that made dinner total for me tonight 6 points. And that was everything that we had for dinner on WW this week. I hope, as always, maybe this gave you guys some ideas for yourself. Thank you, as always, for watching, and we will see you on the next one.